Understanding the ICS2 Process Lifecycle, a complete stage-by-stage guide for EU import compliance. Introduction: Understanding the ICS2 Process Lifecycle. The Import Control System 2, known as ICS2, is the European Union's enhanced framework for managing safety and security risks at its external borders. It fundamentally changes how advanced cargo information is collected, analyzed, and acted upon before goods enter EU customs territory. For businesses trading with the EU, especially from the UK and other non-EU countries, understanding the full ICS2 lifecycle is essential to avoid delays, ensure compliance, and maintain predictable supply chains. This process operates through 7 connected stages, each building on the previous one to create a complete security and compliance workflow. Stage 1: Entry Summary Declaration Filing. The ICS2 journey begins with the submission of the Entry Summary Declaration, or ENS. This declaration must be filed before goods are loaded or arrive at the EU border, depending on the mode of transport. It provides EU customs authorities with detailed advance information about the shipment, including the parties involved, the nature of the goods, transport details, and routing. Accurate and complete ENS data is critical, as it forms the foundation for all subsequent risk analysis. Errors or inconsistencies at this stage often lead to delays, inspections, or rejections later in the process. Stage 2: Risk Analysis and Assessment Complete. Once the ENS is accepted, the ICS2 system automatically performs a comprehensive risk analysis. Advanced algorithms assess the data against risk profiles, compliance histories, and security intelligence shared across EU member states. This evaluation determines whether a consignment is considered low risk or requires further attention. The outcome is communicated through an assessment complete notification, confirming that the shipment has passed this critical decision point before arrival at the EU border. Stage 3: Arrival Notification. The arrival notification confirms that the means of transport has physically reached the EU Customs Office of First Entry. This step links the pre-arrival data submitted in the ENS with the actual arrival of goods at an EU port, airport, or border crossing. It allows customs authorities to match shipments to their earlier risk assessments and prepares the ground for any required interventions. Without a valid arrival notification, goods cannot progress through EU customs procedures. Stage 4: Diversion, if applicable. In some cases, goods may arrive at a different EU entry point than originally declared. When this happens, a diversion must be formally notified to customs authorities. Diversions can occur due to operational issues such as weather, congestion, or transport disruptions. Although the original risk assessment usually remains valid, customs authorities may reassess the situation to ensure continued compliance. Transparent and timely communication during diversions is essential to avoid enforcement action. Stage 5: Presentation Notification. Presentation notification is the formal act of making goods available to EU customs authorities for control. This confirms that the goods are located at an approved facility and can be accessed for inspection if required. Presentation is a legal obligation under EU customs law and must be completed promptly after arrival. At this stage, customs authorities decide whether the shipment can proceed without checks or must undergo further examination. Stage 6: Customs Controls, if applicable. When customs controls are applied, authorities may carry out documentary checks, physical inspections, or both. These controls are risk-based and apply only to selected consignments. Traders may be asked to provide invoices, certificates, licenses, or technical documentation, or to make goods available for physical examination. Cooperation and prompt responses during this stage help minimize delays and support faster resolution. Stage 7: Subsequent Customs Procedure. After all safety and security requirements are satisfied, goods move into a subsequent customs procedure. This could be released to free circulation, temporary storage, transit, or a special procedure such as customs warehousing or inward processing. This stage determines the legal status of the goods within the EU and triggers the payment of duties and taxes where applicable. It marks the completion of the ICS2 lifecycle and the transition into standard EU customs processes. Conclusion: why mastering the ICS2 lifecycle matters. The ICS2 lifecycle is a tightly connected process where accuracy and timeliness at each stage directly affect the outcome of the next. For businesses trading with the EU, mastering this workflow reduces the risk of delays, inspections, and penalties while improving supply chain reliability. By understanding each stage and embedding compliance into daily operations, traders position themselves for smoother EU border crossings and long-term success in an increasingly data-driven customs environment. Filing your customs declaration is now frictionless, smoother, more reliable, and swift with customs declarations. For more information, please visit our website www.customs-declarations.uk.